we have episode 1 of Pretty Bad Sports Podcast, right? With
Yeah,
my
baby.
co-host here, Doyle. I'm Patty Ice, for anybody
we doing?
wondering. You got Patty Ice and Doyle here, right? And we are
How we
gonna
doing, baby?
we're gonna run this sports podcast, right? We don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it, Doyle. You know? What do you think?
Kill that kid.
Yep. So, first episode, basically, we're gonna probably talk about NFL. We'll keep it NFL for now, and we can start with the Thursday night game.
Foosball.
Yep. So we got football. That's most relevant right now. We got the Thursday night game, and we got Bills.
Keep it going.
Super Bowl champion, the defending champion, Rams. I know who I got for this game, Doyle. What do you think about this game here?
Oh, baby. I'm going with the defending champs because he just got better.
You're going with the defending champs, huh?
Defending champs.
Wow.
I'm going with them, baby.
Well, I'm gonna have to fucking disagree with you real early here, and I'm gonna go with Bills Mafia, who I'm very high on this year, and I think Josh Allen is gonna have something to prove this year after a tough loss in the playoffs last year to the Chiefs, and I think the Buffalo Bills are gonna win this game in LA against the Rams. That's my prediction on Thursday Night Football.
Just want to say, sucks to be a loser.
Well, first of all, what a great game to kick off the season. I'm happy that football's back, and I'm happy to watch that game. So, Bills versus Rams, that's a very good game on Thursday night to kick off the season for NFL.
That might be a potential Super Bowl matchup right there.
It could be. We'll get further into it, but like I said, I'm very high on the Buffalo Bills this year. So, all right, we both got our pick there, and then on Sunday we got our first football Sunday of the year.
Oh, football Sunday? Are you kidding me? I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Cheers to that, right? Cheers to that, buddy. And then we got Saints at Falcons, huh? Oh, that's a tough game. Like, I don't really know. That week 1, that game could go any way.
Famous Jameis is their only downfall of the Saints. I think the Saints take care of that real easy with that defense over there.
Yep. Falcons, they got what, Mariota playing quarterback this year? He's their starter?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. Honestly, I don't like that situation going on over there in Atlanta.
They're the home team this week. Week 1, I don't think they're going to be that good this year, the Falcons, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with the Saints as well. I think they're going to be kind of a dark horse all year long. I don't think famous Jameis is that bad. So
no, he just got to play smart.
They got to play smart. You're right. He's got to protect the ball. They got a young team. They got some rookies over there. New coach too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is this the first year with a new coach over there? So you never know how that could go. But either way, I just don't think the Falcons are that good, and I think the Saints take that game.
Oh, yeah, with ease.
So, next one is 49ers at Chicago Bears. Burton, what do you think about that?
Talk about a cakewalk, buddy. 49ers are going to destroy them. That poor team. Poor Justin Fields. That kid's going to be running for his life.
That's your boy from Ohio State.
That's my boy, buddy. You see this?
Yeah.
The Ohio State.
Buckeyes. Britain's got me on the Buckeyes fucking train right now. I'm all about them now. So, it's unfortunate for Fields, right? Because it's tough in the NFL, and he's young. His team is just kind of a mess right now. Chicago, not much hope over there. They don't have really a good defense, offense, new coaches. They got a lot to prove this year. And then the 49ers are going with Trey Lance. So they just signed Jimmy Garoppolo too. So, they got some good quarterbacks over there. It's going to be a competition, but they're riding with Trey Lance, huh?
Yeah, they're going with the kid, but, if he starts falling apart, they got Jimmy G to go to.
What do
He's
you
got a good
think? Do you
track
think
record.
do you think like if you had to guess if he's going to do well or not well, what do you think about him this year? I mean, he's got a good offense, he's got good coaches, and he's got some weapons. Do you think that he can lead his team to like the playoffs?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, if he starts airing it out like we all know he can do, and like he did in college, I think Trey Lance is gonna light it up. I
Yeah.
honestly like this is a ridiculous prediction I have on Trey Lance's. He could have like Patty Mahomes type like he has like Patty Mahomes type arm strength. So like I'm getting that vibe. Maybe he takes off this year, but
Maybe he has that fantasy football year like that Lamar Jackson year he had early in his career, that Patrick
oh my
Mahomes
god,
year like you just mentioned. That's not a bad prediction. And like I said, they have good coaches. They got Debo. They got
they got
some running
weapons,
back
man.
depth over there. They got Kittle. Obviously, they have a good offensive line, good defense. So I think he's set up to do pretty well, in my opinion, and especially where he can make some plays on his feet. Like you never know.
The
You
team's
never
built
know
to
how
win,
far they
man.
can go. Yeah.
They're built to win.
The next game we got Steelers at Bengals, which no matter what the roster is, that's going to be a slugfest. No matter
Oh,
what year it
rivalry.
is, what field it's on, it don't matter. That game's always going to be somewhat of a battle, no matter
Oh
what. What
my
do you
god.
think, Doyle?
Oh yeah, that's some bad blood over there. I'll tell you what. Like those teams hate each other.
Yep.
That's gonna be a great matchup, but I think the Steelers with their quarterback situation is gonna hurt them right now. And I think the Bengals are
Yep.
they're still loaded.
They're still
I think
loaded. They just were in the Super Bowl. They're a young team. They got
mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow, obviously. They got some horses at wide receiver. Your
Joe
boy
Burr.
right there. That's a fresh shirt, by the way. We might have to stop the whole podcast to acknowledge that that is a
Shout out to
fresh shirt
Barstool
right there.
Sports on that one.
Cheers to that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Steelers are a dark horse of mine this year. Like, dude, they don't have the quarterback, but like they have really good coaching,
Oh
and
yeah.
Pittsburgh is just like always one of those tough places to play, right? I know that this one's at Cincinnati, but I don't know, man. I could see that being a closer game, but I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals as well. I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bengals also. That offense is gonna be a problem for Pittsburgh early on. So until they figure out their quarterback situation, I'm all Bengals right now.
You never know. You never know. That could be an
Never
upset
know.
alert.
Yeah,
That could be
Pittsburgh.
an upset alert, right? I don't know. In my opinion, it could be. Um,
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
the next game we got Eagles and we got it's at the Detroit Lions. Hard Knocks Detroit Lions.
All about grit.
First of all, that coach would beat the fucking bag out of me, right? That
Oh
guy's
my
fucking
god.
diesel.
I need that guy as my workout partner in the gym. Campbell, buddy. That guy's an animal.
I mean, Eagles have a lot of expectations to meet this year. They made some noise in the offseason, right? They
I
added
think yeah.
AJ Brown
hmm I think they had
and
the best offseason, man. I think they had a great draft, and then now they're just adding guys left and right
who
right
are some
before
other
the
guys who did they draft? Who else did they
so
draft?
they got like a two-headed monster from Georgia, Jordan Davis. That guy's 6'7" D tackle, can manhandle people in the middle
Mhm.
in the trenches.
Mhm.
And then they added the linebacker. Oh my God, who is his name? No, Kobe Dean.
Hell yeah. So they hit on some draft picks. They added AJ Brown. They have a young quarterback in Hurts. And
Not.
then did they get a new coach this year or no?
I think
No,
it's
they
the
have
same
they have the same coach.
same coach second year. And then they actually made a trade with the Saints and got a great cornerback in C.J. Gardner Johnson. Who that guy's a menace. So
They
dude,
were
this
very
like,
active this offseason.
hmm,
And they're
yeah,
playing the Lions in Detroit. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles, even though I'm rooting for the Lions. I like the Lions, right? We got our boy that lives over there in Detroit. We're gonna have to catch a game over there, Doyle.
Yeah,
But
cheap tickets.
I like what the Lions are doing over there, right? Like I'm seriously rooting for that coach. I
Yeah,
hope
they're
that they
building
win
a
some
culture.
games this year. And you never know, man. You never know. Maybe they make the playoffs this year. You think there's any chance?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I don't know. I mean the offseason looked great for the Lions, they look good on Hard Knocks, so
Yeah.
I'm all about the hype for the Lions, but I can't see them beating the Eagles this first game of the
No.
season. I think the Eagles are loaded this year, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go with the Eagles my first pick.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got next
Oh
game.
baby.
Next game. Why don't you kick this one off, Doyle?
Oh baby. So next game we got the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Oh man, talk about the Dolphins with the Patriots lately these past couple years. It's been our kryptonite, especially going down to Miami. It's
Hold
been
on.
absolute. It's been absolute hell.
This is gonna be a tough game. All
Oh my
Patriot
god.
fans know that it's always tough to play in Miami. So
Yeah,
I can be
not
persuaded
easy.
either way for this.
I know. I don't like playing in Miami at all, which blows my mind. It's never any bad weather over there. It's always nice. I don't get why the Patriots have such a tough time playing down there.
Have a tough time
Uh,
playing over there. I just added in my boy Tyreek, and they have a tough
oh
time playing
god.
over there because they go fucking partying at the clubs. That's why they have a tough time playing over there.
They
They say
set you up.
they have a couple hours away from Bill Belichick, and they say, "Listen, we're going to the club tonight. We're gonna take care of the Dolphins," and they don't. They don't. We always split as a Patriot fan. We always split with the Dolphins.
Unbelievable. Every
Divisional
single
game.
week.
We have a tough time with them, and for the people that don't know us, we're from the New England area. We're from the Boston area, and you know, we're used to just taking care of these games. Like season opener, are you kidding me? Are you
Oh my
kidding
god.
me? Obviously, we're gonna win, but now, no, nope. And I'm
Yeah.
actually, if you can check out, I changed my background. I'm gonna have to. It hurts me, but Britain, I think we're going. I think we're going 0-1, and I think the Dolphins might fucking.
Oh
They might
my
hand it
goodness.
to us this week. This week
You
one.
know
That's
what?
what I think.
Oh my god. That's I'm haunted you just said that. I
Me
know I'm
too.
being a homer, but I'm gonna stick with the Pats on this one. I think this is our best shot to beat the Dolphins. They got a brand new coach. He looks like a nerd, so I think he's already intimidated by Bill with his Jedi mind tricks. He's already praising him already, and I think
Did
he's
he?
already
Oh,
built.
really? Is that what's going on in like the interviews and shit? Like he's just praising Bill Belichick.
Yeah, too much praise for Bill. I feel like he's like in awe of Bill Belichick right now, and I feel like that's just gonna bite him in the ass. And Bill's gonna walk into Miami,
I
Miami and
mean,
steal one.
Bill always. I mean, in the past, not always, but he definitely. I don't know what it is, but Rob Time is our Jamie, and he will pull it up at some point, like later when we edit. But I don't know, man. I think that Bill usually has the number. You're right, of the young coaches that come in, right? But
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
got
know.
a good.
I just feel like I don't. They have like a very explosive offense, and that's what I'm afraid of. I think there's a lot of transition in the Patriots offseason, and there's a lot of transition in their team in general.
Yeah.
I mean, coaching, we don't even have an offensive or defensive coordinator. So
Oh
I'm just
yeah.
worried. I think it's going to be a little learning curve. I mean, we always seem to have a tough time in Miami. So I'm gonna have to give this game to them. I think they're gonna beat us in week one, unfortunately.
All right. I guess we'll see, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stick with my boys though.
I like that. I like that. So why don't you take us to the next game here? What do we got?
All right. We are going to MetLife Stadium, and it's gonna be Ravens at Jets. I mean, I don't know what's definitely going on with the Jets quarterback situation. Looks like Joe Flacco, former Raven, might be taking the reins for a little bit.
Yeah, because
So
is there any chance that what's his name plays, or is he still hurt?
I don't think Zach Milson's gonna be making the first game.
Yeah,
Um, dude, I I think the Jets definitely had a good offseason too and a good draft. I just think the Ravens, man, they were banged up last year and they're all healthy now. They had a great draft. Like all their guys are back, and I think
Lamar's
you're
got a
gonna
lot
get
to prove this year too.
Lamar's gonna play pissed off, which I hope so. Fantasy baby, come
Yeah,
on, come on, come
yeah.
on,
I took him in another league, Doyle. You convinced me.
buddy. You gotta love that Russian with him, man. He's unbelievable.
He won me in the past a fantasy football championship, so I'm always gonna have some respect for him. I'm gonna run it back this year.
Can't sleep on him. But yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna cruise to a win versus the Jets over there in New York. That's gonna be my pick for that game. So
Yep. I mean, the Jets are definitely on the rise, right? They definitely like they had some solid draft picks,
yeah,
and they already had a young team, and especially healthy with Wilson. They're on the rise. They have new coaches. Um, I'm pretty high on Elijah Moore this year. He brought me to the playoffs last year in fantasy football with like a pretty garbage team, so I always got respect for him as well. And so, but either way, I mean, I think Lamar's got something to prove this year,
yeah, that
and
team they
the
look good.
Ravens defense I think is going to be a problem this year. So I'm going to go with Ravens as well. I think on the road they're going to go to New York. I think even though Joe Flacco is a veteran, he's a Super Bowl champion. I think they're going to give the Jets problems, right? I just think they're overall at this point a better football team. So I'm gonna take the Ravens on that one.
Yeah, I like that too, man. Ravens, baby.
So moving on, we got the Jaguars and we have the Washington Football Commanders.
Ugh, hate the name
Yeah, that's pretty garbage. I would hate to be a Commanders fan.
Commander.
But it's probably better than the football team, right? I can't
I
believe that
don't,
was a real thing.
I don't know, man. I just feel like the Commanders is such a lame name. I'd rather be football team, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a Halo video game or something, like a Halo map or something, right? Like Commanders.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
Yeah. So, Jaguars, I mean, they added Christian Kirk. This is his first year over there, wide receiver one. He year two of Trevor Lawrence, number one pick. Um,
They added his boys back after being injured. Travis Etienne, that was his go-to guy in college, and
yep.
he's back with them. So he's
That's
a weapon.
for anybody that doesn't know, that's a very good receiving running back.
Oh yeah,
Receiving running back. So in fantasy football, I was actually put on to him by Doyle. We did a little
I gotta,
mock draft, right? And he's a great
I gotta
player. So I
shut my
had I
mouth.
had to kind of take note at these rookies he's paying attention to and stuff. And Etienne, whatever his name is, was on there. Etienne, is that how you say it?
Etienne.
Etienne.
Oh, you can call him Etienne.
Stud, yeah, yeah, stud from Clemson, right? And
Oh my
then
god, unbelievable for stuff.
yeah, so that's pretty bad sports podcast. And then moving on, you got the
Whoa, 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 whoa! Who do
what do
we
you got?
like in this game?
Oh, sorry. Moving on. Moving on? I can't forget about this game.
I know this is a bad matchup, so that's why we passed on it. But it's honestly a tough matchup to pick between both teams because I don't know who's better.
I'm going to say
Oh man, ah, I
I think the Commanders are going to win that game.
that's probably what I was gonna roll with too, just because they probably have a better defense, and I mean I think Carson Wentz is capable of making some good throws and keeping them, you know, uh, keeping them alive in the game. And I think the Jaguars are just still a young team and up and coming. I like what they did in the offseason, but I think the Commanders better defense overall. I think they get the job done in Washington home game too.
I also think Washington is a perfect spot for Wentz to play, right? Like it's quiet over there. I mean, there's no expectation. They're changing their
Believe it.
team name every season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's a solid place for him to play. And I realistically think he takes a lot of shit. I don't even think he's like as bad as the
I
amount of
think
shit he takes.
he's probably a great guy, but people just shit
Yeah,
on him all
great
the
guy.
time.
Yeah, but like I also think he's a manageable. He's one of the better quarterbacks they've had in quite a while, in my opinion. As crazy as that is to say, like,
Guy was almost MVP before his injury in Philly, man.
yep.
Sad.
If they can get any of that out of him. So we're both going Commanders there.
Yeah, I think the Commanders are the better team in this one.
Yep. All right, what do we got for the next game, Doyle?
Oh, buddy, we got a little rivalry week 1.
Big rivalry.
Oh man, Baker's out for blood. It's gonna be
He is.
Browns at Panthers.
Two motivated football teams, right?
Um, I think the Panthers are. They got a young defense that's very good coach in Matt
I
Rule.
like the Panthers. I think he's a solid coach.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's a great coach, and I think the players like him too over there. And I think he got a pissed off Baker Mayfield. I'm excited to watch this one.
Yep.
Baker's gonna be pissed off playing him. Didn't he make a comment like, "I want to kill these guys"? I don't know if that's just the
Something
analyst
crazy.
like
If he
hyping
did,
up.
we'll pull it up. We'll definitely pull it up for the viewers if he made that comment.
Oh,
But there's some internal, there's some competition there where the Browns they gave up on Baker. They traded for Watson, right? So they gave up on him, kinda. That's how he feels. He played hurt, and the thing is he gave them a lot. Like
he's
he got
worried, man.
drafted by them. He played hurt. I mean, he's not that bad, but they just felt like he wasn't the guy to move forward with.
Well, also the guy probably went through like 3 or 4 coaches his whole time there. They couldn't even keep a solid coach. I never seen the organization go, but they were going through coaches like a deli line, like next,
I know he was
next.
kind of set up to fail. You're right.
Oh my god, I don't know how you do it.
Carolina's a good spot for him to go to.
Yeah, young team, young coach. I like them over there, and I'm
They
probably gonna go
played
with the
well
Pan.
last year too.
Yeah, Baker. Oh, I can't wait for this game, man. He's out for blood. Like, just gonna show the Browns they made the wrong move. I know, like Watson is probably better quarterback, but he's not helping you if he's not playing. So
Yep.
I'm
He's
gonna I'm rolling with the Panthers, buddy. I don't know about
just
you.
not available. I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well. I think the Browns are gonna struggle without a quarterback. I think we're gonna see a very similar Browns team to what we've seen in years past, right? I just
Hmm.
don't think they're gonna be that good. Um, tip, typical Browns move, they make a heroic trade in the offseason. I could not believe what I saw. He was the highest paid player ever at that point, right? Like to
Yeah,
get what they guaranteed money they gave him, and he is unavailable for half your season. So that's just a Cleveland Brown move right there, is what it feels
the
like to me.
Browns,
And I think they're gonna start their season 0-1.
a fat 0-1. I hope Baker tears them apart
Losers. So we both think that they're gonna lose that game.
big time.
So is this the last game of the day here?
Oh no,
Colts Texans.
no, we got that's the last game of the 1 o'clock window, buddy. We got a
We
full
got a whole nother page.
buddy. We can get going. Football's back, baby. This is
Oh,
opening
football's
day.
back.
No bye
It's
week.
it's time to wake up, Patty Ice. You better open up them
Football's
eyeballs and you
back,
better
man.
look.
Come on,
You
man.
better keep
Come on.
scrolling. You better keep on
Yeah, I'm
scrolling
taking
because we got
football.
another page of football to go.
We got another page of football.
This is so Colts at Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Texans are going to be a team that's like on paper they're probably not that good. They've had a lot of transition and they're in the front office and coaching staff, players, you name it. They've had a lot of that, right? But I don't think they're that bad. That
No.
being said, Colts they're up to something. They made some key additions this year. I know they added Stephon Gilmore, who obviously coming off an injury, but his leadership, his experience, and I still think he has something to prove on the football field. I think that alone right there is a key addition to the Colts team, who already had a good year, right,
Oh
last
my
season.
God. The defense is already good, man. And now they
Jonathan
just keep
Taylor emerged to the number one player in fantasy football this year. They have a good offensive line.
yeah.
So,
Cannot beat that, man. You gotta go O line on top of like the best running back in the league. I mean, good luck stopping that train.
yep. But that being said, Texans also have Brandon Cooks, who's a workhorse. That guy doesn't care what fucking jersey he's wearing. He's gonna play hard, right? Like that guy's gonna bring it. They have that running back. What is it, Pierce that you like?
Yeah, Damian Pierce, man. Guy is a watching. I mean, I know it's preseason, but holy crap, buddy. You see him, he's like a rumbling, he's like a freaking bowling ball running in there. That guy
And
does
then
not go down.
who's gonna throw it for them this year, Doyle?
Mills, I think they're gonna roll with Mills again. I think he was pretty impressive last year, and I think they're
He's
gonna
just
give
like
him another
not
shot.
that bad, right?
He's not, yeah, he's not great, but he's not bad. I guess we'll see, man. I think the Texans aren't a bad team, but I don't think they match up well versus Colts team. I think this Colts team's
Right. Right. I
a
agree.
high contender for a Super Bowl run too.
I
I'll
agree.
say
I
so.
think the Colts take care of them pretty handily in week 1.
Yeah, I like the Colts too. I'm gonna go with them week 1 versus the Texans, but
Yep. So after that, you take a quick little break, you hit your DoorDash, you take your breaks, you do what you got to do, and guess what? We're at the
check it
four
out,
o'clock
buddy.
games now, Britton. We're at the 4 o'clock
Oh my
games.
god, it
For
just
all you
doesn't
betters,
stop.
the 1 o'clock games, your parlays got crushed, right? You're crushed right now.
Feel
Guess
that.
what? Guess what? You can load it up and you can win the day in the 4 o'clock games,
You can win your money back
or
or lose more.
you can be a loser.
Sucks to be a loser.
Yeah. So first game of the 4 o'clock window, we got Giants at Titans.
Another. Oof. I'm not like I'm looking
I'm
at
not
this
a,
matchup.
this game's
There's
just like
no.
boring, right?
Yeah, I feel like both teams like the Giants took a step back, but I think the Titans did. I think the Titans lose some key players. I think the Giants got some weapons, dude. I hopefully Saquon's healthy and Danny Dimes doesn't really live up to his name. Really, he's throwing picks more than dimes.
Mhm.
Um, this matchup's tough, man. Then the pick and pool, man. Like I'm in the pick and pool, and like I had a tough one, like trying to decide this game, but I think I went with the. I think I'm gonna go with the Titans, just being the home team. I think they can ground and pound with freaking King Henry, and I think if they sneak this one out versus the Giants, because for some reason all those weapons on the Giants they still can't figure it out. So
Yep.
I think I'm gonna stick with the Titans, man, on this
Yep.
one.
See, I agree with that pick, but I think the Titans are going to win by multiple scores. I think even though actually I have heard a lot of great things about Saquon Barkley, but it's just football's a team sport, and I don't think the Giants are that good. So I think, Titans are at home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Derrick Henry, he is coming off a foot injury. He had a full off season to get healthy and to work out, train, get stronger. They
It needs to get
added,
bigger.
yeah, he doesn't need to get bigger. You're right. They lost AJ Brown, but
Oof.
who did they add? Didn't they add a receiver or no?
Yeah, they got this kid Burks out of Arkansas. That's pretty hyped. So it looks like he'll be their wide receiver one. Then they got like
Okay.
a nice. They got a nice veteran receiver they stole from the Rams. Robert Woods, man. He's
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
if he's healthy, man, he's a problem on the field. He's such a quick slot guy.
That's
I really like
exactly what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Doyle. Robert Woods. That's exactly who I wanted to
that
mention.
man. That's a great veteran receiver right there.
And I think that exactly what I kind of wanted to get to, veteran, is what, I noticed that you said there is I think that he's going to bring a lot of experience over there to the Titans. And I think they're really going to value from that. I think
Yeah,
that I think that the Titans are going to beat the Giants pretty willingly in week 1. I think they're going to
yeah,
win by 10 plus points, in my opinion.
yeah. They're the safe bet on this one, and they got a good defense still. So they're gonna be a problem for the Giants. So I'm gonna
Oh, big
go roll.
trees. Yep. And then what do we got for the next game, Doyle?
Ooh, I like this matchup right here. This is a little division matchup right here. It's Packers at Vikings. Ooh, this is gonna. I don't know. I want to say this could be a shootout with the Vikings' new offense, but I mean, dude, I don't know how you can't sleep on Aaron Rodgers. I know he lost his boy
Hmm.
Devontae Adams, but dude, it's Aaron Rodgers. That guy can make anything happen.
Hmm.
They got a good O line. They got two good running backs. And there's been some buzzing about some of these receivers he has over there. So we're gonna have to see. I think, oof, I mean, the Vikings, they got weapons too, but I don't know if I like Kirk Cousins on taking on Aaron Rodgers head to head on that one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Um, I mean, dude, they got Jefferson, they got Cook. They're like not a bad offensive team. I just don't like the quarterback situation. I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins, so I'm gonna stick with Aaron, and I don't know if he's gonna be tripping that game with all his like weird shit he likes to take. But I take I take hippie Aaron Rodgers over Kirk Cousins, so I'm gonna go with the Go Pack Go baby.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Packers versus Vikings. That reminds me a lot of the Steelers versus Bengals. Just that
Mm-hmm.
divisional game where no matter who the roster is, they always just seem to have a good game. They always battle, right?
Great
So
matchup.
Vikings are always a early football team to me. Like they're always good early in the season. I think this is where Kirk Cousins does shine. I think
Oh
he
boy.
doesn't show up when it matters. And week one, he's got a healthy Dalvin Cook. He's got Jefferson projected to be, potentially the best player in fantasy football. So, solid team, new coaching, new playbook over there. I mean, obviously the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, multi-time MVP, Super Bowl champion. Um, they lost Devontae Adams. I think even though as experienced as Aaron Rodgers is, I think with all the transition they're having this year, I think that they're going to struggle in week one. And I think that the Vikings are going to win that game.
Ooh, I
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Disagree on that. Yeah. I just want to say one more thing about the Packers. This could be a blessing. Maybe Rodgers was so focused on Devontae Adams. Maybe this team could be better. He spreads the ball out more. This could be. We'll have to see, man. I love this matchup.
That's a great
Can't go
point.
wrong.
That's a great point. I'd love to see how that transitions throughout the season this year.
Oh yeah.
So what do we got for the next game?
So it looks like it's Chiefs at Cardinals. This looks like I would take if I was doing a bet, I'd take the over on this game. This looks like it's gonna be a shootout, man. You
Mm-hmm.
got two high powered offenses right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know both teams missing stud players that
Yeah.
the
No Tyreek
Cardinals
Hill anymore.
and no Hopkins has suspension, so
And Hopkins is on fucking steroids.
who would have thought looking at that guy, he's a skinny guy, but I guess he's a roidhead, but
Yeah, he tried to get
whatever.
Diesel this season,
Yeah, he's like,
apparently.
let me get Diesel. I want to look like Metcalf.
Who
But yeah, this is
do
gonna
you
be
got?
a I like this is gonna be a good offensive game, man. But I just I think I'm gonna have to go with Patty Mahomes on this one. I think they got a good enough defense, and I think he's got better weapons over there. Um, I love the Cardinals. I like their team. I like the coach in Kingsbury, but I just think the Chiefs are going to be the better team this one, and they're probably going to win in the shootout. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, and the Chiefs are going to win.
Yep.
But should be a
Yep.
good game.
Yep. Without DeAndre Hopkins, I think he really changes the Cardinals what they do as a team. I think he makes them a little bit more limited when he's not in there. I think he's a good safety blanket. He's a good bailout. I think they're going to have a tough time transitioning without him this year. I think that they're going to struggle to score. And I think that the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, but I just feel like it's different over there. I don't know. They did add Juju Smith as well. So I mean that's a solid receiver that they added. He's definitely not a Tyreek Hill, but I
No.
think that the Chiefs are just more experienced. I think they're gonna be more ready in week one, and I definitely don't. I'm not low on I'm not low on the Cardinals this year, but
Mhm.
I think that the Chiefs are gonna be more ready week one, and I think they're gonna win that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, buddy. Chiefs are gonna take that one, but I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be, like I said, high scoring. That should be a fun game to watch if you're into offense right
yeah,
there.
especially quarterback versus quarterback. You got Patrick Mahomes versus Kyler Murray, so that's gonna be
Mini
a fun
me.
game to watch.
Yeah.
And all right, so the next game we have a divisional game, and we have a very this is going to be a slugfest. Both
Ooh,
of these teams,
baby. What a
you
great
oh
window for
okay.
them.
Okay. So we got the Raiders
Wait,
versus
what'd you
the
say?
oh, did I miss a game? Or are we on Raiders versus Chargers?
No, oh, you're on the Raiders, but how'd you say Raiders again?
The Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders. All right, I hear you.
Yeah.
So let's go. You got Raiders at Chargers. Doyle,
Ooh.
what do you think of this game?
Oh man, talk about two powerhouses right here, buddy. I love this matchup. I think every time any team plays in that division against each other, it should be prime time, or I'll take the 4 o'clock window because this is a hell of a
Yeah,
matchup.
these games are fire.
These are gonna be fun, man. Whew. Dude, honestly, I look at both these teams, and I really think their rosters are pretty even. Like, I think they both got added good. Dude, both teams added stud defensive ends. You got the Chargers with Khalil Mack. You got Chandler Jones added to the freaking Raiders. Like, and then on top of it, the Raiders go add Devontae Adams. Like, dude, it's like unbelievable. And then I just this one is honestly a toss up for me. I might have to just roll with the home team. I'm gonna probably go with the Super Chargers over there in LA, and gonna
Okay.
lead them for that W.
Great pick,
What do you think?
Doyle. Great pick, Doyle. And that's such a good pick. And we're coming down the stretch here, right? And what we're gonna
Yeah.
do moving forward on this show is Doyle and I are gonna keep track of our records.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, where I'm getting at with this is it's time to put on my football gloves right now.
He's
And
chopping.
we're coming down the stretch of week
He's
1, right?
nervous because he knows
No, I'm not nervous, but I'm gonna
I'm
catch
gonna
the
be
fucking
over
football
500
right now.
all year.
What do you mean? I just put on these fucking football gloves.
He's chopping.
So it's time. It's time to lock in and make the picks. You know what I mean? They're gonna differentiate each other to becoming who's gonna be the champion of week 1, who's gonna have a better record. But unfortunately, I got the same team for this game. I got the Chargers as well. So that's gonna start next game. We got Buccaneers at Cowboys, huh? And Brandon, I know you got a lot to say about this game, so go ahead. You can lead us off here.
Well, wasn't this the matchup of opening day last year, right? Yeah, it was Bucks versus Cowboys.
Was it really? They
Yeah.
reran that?
Yeah, I think they love the matchup. It's a nice Sunday night game. Tampa versus Cowboys in Jerry's world.
Who
I
won it
just
last year? Do you remember?
unfortunately Tampa. Um, this is a good matchup. I just think Tampa is still a superior team to the Cowboys. They're good on both sides of the ball. And you can't bet against Uncle Tom as much as it kills me to see him play in a Tampa Bay uniform. I'm gonna have to roll with Uncle Tom and the boys over in Tampa, or should I say
Wow.
Tampa? Yeah,
Wow. I agree. I mean, even in Jerry's world, I think the Buccaneers and Tom will win that game. That's my prediction. I think the Buccaneers take care of it, even in Dallas. I don't know. The Cowboys just
I
I
they,
don't know.
I don't think they got better. I just
That's what I
kind of
mean. Like
stayed
I
the
just don't
same.
even have much to say about them. They just kind of stay
They're the
stagnant the past
Cowboys.
couple of
We
years.
know
They're
their
the
resume.
Cowboys.
They look good a couple of games, and then all of a sudden they're back to the normal selves.
If you're 50-50 and the Cowboys are in like the 50-50 prediction, you should probably just go against the Cowboys. And that betters your chances of 50-50. It's no
You
longer
might win.
50-50. Right. It's no longer 50-50. So that wraps it up for the Sunday games. But however, there is one last game. This could be the difference between Doyle and I's picks this week. This is the Monday night game. We have the Denver Broncos at Seattle Seahawks. Holy shit. I have not realized that this has been a week 1 matchup. And now that I say it out loud, Russell Wilson coming back to Seattle week 1
I know that snuck up on me. I didn't realize that they were going at it in Seattle first
on
game of the
Monday
season.
night, Doyle.
This guy can't even get comfortable in Denver yet. He's got his first game in Seattle. Like, oh man, they're gonna let him hear it.
Still never played a game anywhere else, even after in another uniform.
I
It'll
know
be in the
that's
same
crazy.
stadium.
He's legit starting the season. Yeah, that's crazy to me, honestly. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
That kind of sucks for him. If I'm Russell
Yeah,
Wilson and that's my first game back or on a new team, I'm like, dude, come on.
that's gonna be a lot of pressure, man. And now they're
Lot
gonna
of pressure.
dude, the
Lot of
12th man's
pressure.
gonna be going against you now. Woo.
Yep.
But
That being said, I think they're gonna fucking stomp out the
yeah,
Seahawks.
I think that
I think they're gonna dominate the Seahawks.
I could see like Russell having a tough first drive because he's like a little like nerves are kicking in. He's in Seattle.
Yeah.
But after that, once he gets comfortable, I can see this game getting out of hand and the Broncos just walking out there up like 3+ touchdowns. This Seattle team's going backwards.
I
They
don't
don't have
even
a
think that.
quarterback.
I think that he's going to just handle them, dude. Like opening drive to the end of the
Think
game, I
so?
think he's just going to handle them. I think the Seahawks, they're just trending down still. Like they don't have a quarterback. Like
No.
they traded Bobby Wagner. They got rid of him. They got rid of actually no, they still have Tyler Lockett, huh?
They have Tyler Lockett and Metcalf, but you need somebody to throw them the ball, right?
Yeah, and it's not who's throwing Geno Smith right now?
Geno Smith.
I'll tell you what, it's not him. That's not the guy.
Yeah, he's I don't know if he's gonna help the Seahawks out this year. This team's definitely rebuilding, and it's not gonna be a fun game for them when this powerhouse Bronco team's coming in there with a Russell Wilson who's gonna wanna fucking bury them in his own play where he got drafted at. So
Yep.
I think Seattle's gonna get dominated.
Yep.
Nice
We'll
easy
see
win
how
for
good of
them.
a coach Pete Carroll is, with, not a great roster, but he's got years and years and years of film and experience with Russell Wilson. So we'll see if
Yeah.
he's got enough to be able to, give him issues. You never know.
Oh, just
He knows all his strengths, weaknesses, all of it. So you never know. It is football still. You never know.
or just be a punching bag.
Or be that football punching bag. Loser.
Sucks to be a loser.
Yeah. So hey, we'll wrap this episode up. This is episode 1. We're still trying to figure it out. We're just having some fun with it, but we're
Yeah.
looking forward to growing throughout not only the football season, but we're gonna cover all sports, right, Britton?
Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be a great podcast we got going on here. We're brand new to this. I'm excited. Football's red hot right now, so that's gonna be our main topic. But I promise you, when these other sports start cooking up, man, it's gonna be a fun podcast talking about other sports.
Not
And
only that, we're gonna add guests on here all the time. We're gonna,
oh yeah,
it'll be Doyle and I, but we're gonna have guests on here. We're gonna be talking about all the sports. It's not just gonna be about football. So we're looking forward to improving every single episode. Um, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. I think that will do it for episode 1. Doyle, you
yeah,
got anything else to say?
buddy, I am excited, man. We got football this weekend, and it's gonna be electric. I can't wait to watch my fantasy team jump up and down, hear my wife yell at me, yelling at red zone,
Yeah.
maybe swearing at the Patriots, saying it's Bill's time
Dog,
to go.
dogs barking.
Dogs barking at me. I'm getting pissed at
Yep.
him.
Yep.
So
Yep.
let's ride, buddy. Let's
Hey,
ride.
it's good to be back. You're right. It's
It's
good to
good to
be
be
back to
back.
football season. Um, Let us know what you think. Again, this is episode 1. We're just learning here. We're just having fun with it, right? But give us some
Yeah,
feedback. What do you
yeah.
like? What do you dislike? We're looking forward to growing this and having some fun with it. So appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.